Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a role chance system. This is a system where you have a chance to become a role, and that chance increases every round. This system is in games like Murder Mystery 2, Sharkbite, and etc. So anyways, let's get started. I already made a GUI, and I'll link this GUI in the description if you're too lazy to make your own GUI, but it's actually pretty simple. I just made a frame, just customized it, and then I had these so basically, these two texts are the parts that we actually need. So this is the text. I named it role, and this is gonna display the role. So if you're not the murderer, you're innocent. So that's your role. And I got the percentage, and this is gonna be the percentage of you being selected. So yeah, that's basically it. That's all there's to the GUI. I'm just gonna make this invisible again. So yeah, the first thing we're going to need to do is make a script. So basically, if you already have a round system, then use that script, okay? But I don't really have one right now, so I'm just going to create a new script. Anyways, let's make a player added event. So when the player joins the game, we're going to create a weight value, or like an integer value named weight. So we're gonna do instance.new int value player, and then we're gonna name this weight. So basically, when the player joins the game, we create an integer value named weight, and we put it inside the player. Okay, so now, if you already have your round system, go ahead and go to the part where the round starts and all that stuff. Again, I don't have one, so I'm just gonna pretend each round starts every 5 seconds. So first thing we're going to do is create a variable called sum, and we're just going to set this to 0. And then we're going to create another variable called chosen. So we're going to set that to nil. So you can either just do local chosen, which automatically means nil, or you can just do equals nil. But I prefer this way, so yeah. Anyways, now we need to make a for loop. Okay? So basically, for IV in pairs, players get players. So basically, for each player, we're going to get the weight value. So local weight equals v, or the player dot weight. So basically, now we have the object, and now we can go set that or increase that by whatever you want. So weight dot value equals weight dot value plus 1. You can just do 1 or 10 or whatever. It doesn't really matter, but I just prefer doing 1. So now we got that. Now we're going to add to the sum. So sum equals sum plus weight dot value. And what this is doing is basically, the sum is the total weight. So basically all of the players' weights combined. Now we're going to make another for loop with the same setup. We have to separate it so it doesn't cause any issues and stuff. So yeah, now we're gonna find the player who has the highest weight value. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna check if chosen is set to nil. So basically, what I'm doing here is that we're checking if chosen is not false or no. So basically, this is the same as doesn't equal nil. But yeah, you can just do this. It works fine. And then here, this just means if it is nil. Okay? So if it's nil, if chosen is set to nil, then we can just set chosen to the player. But if it is not nil, and there's already a player in the chosen variable, then we gotta check if our player's weight value is greater than the chosen player's, or the current highest player's weight value. So basically, if our player's weight value is greater than the chosen's weight value, then we set chosen to the player. Okay, so now let's get back to GUI stuff. So what we're going to do here is we're going to create a remote event. I'm just going to call this role. And then we're going to go here. So we basically do the same for loop setup again to prevent issues. Now we're going to individually fire the remote event to every player. And the reason why we can't do the fire all clients function in remote events is that we're gonna send the player what their percentage is, and we can simply do this by getting the percentage. So what we can do is we're gonna do math.floor. We're gonna set the player's weight value, and we're gonna divide it by the sum, and then we're gonna multiply it by 100. And what this is doing is that, okay, we're getting the player's weight value and dividing it by the total weights, and then now we have a decimal between 0 and 1, and basically now we have a percentage in decimal form, and then we multiply that by 100 to turn it into a percentage, and now we can go check if the player is the chosen. Now we're going to fire the role event. So yeah, we're going to do game.replicated_role fire client, and we're going to get the player, and then we're going to send the percentage, and we can just do %, so it shows the percentage sign. And then what we're going to do is add another variable here called true, and what this is doing is true determines if you are the role or not. So yeah, and now we're gonna go ahead and set chosen's weight value back to 0. So now we gotta check if there's a chosen player. Let's just make sure that there is someone in the server. So now let's just go back into the GUI, create a local script. So yeah, we're gonna get, so basically if we get the role event, so on client event connect function, and now we can just get the percentage and then the is role. So basically, so we can get our percentage text, and then we're going to, okay, so we get our percentage text and we get that in the script. So script.parent that percentage for me, and we just set that the text to just percentage, and then we're gonna check if they have the role. So if role, then so basically if they have the role, then our role text will be set to our whatever you want. So for us it's just gonna be murder, and then if not, it's just going to be, oh, forgot. If not, it's just going to be innocent. So we also gotta set our frame to visible. So we get the frame, we set it visible to true, and then we can probably wait something like 3 seconds, set it back to false. So yeah, if we test this now, you're gonna see, and if it works properly, you're gonna see that you have 100% chance of getting that role, as you can see. And that's because we're the only player here. But what if we had multiple players? So we can I'm gonna try, hopefully my computer does not explode, but I'm gonna do a test, a local server, and basically we're gonna do 4 players. Okay, so now we're just testing with 4 players. So as you can see, I have a 25% chance of being the murderer. Now it's going up by 28. And now I'm the murderer. So as you can see, my chance is going up until I get to the murderer. Okay, so now I'm the murderer. So now it's gonna go back down, as you can see, like that. And if we go check other servers, as you can see, it's working pretty well. Yeah. So yeah, as you can see, it's actually working fine. It looks a little repetitive because these 4 test players joined the server, or they finished loading at around similarly to about the same time. So yeah. So anyways, I hope you like this tutorial. I hope this helps you, and I hope you learned something new.